Hello everyone, we are on day 3, the third tool in our foundational toolkit that we will need for a bold walk. And today we will be looking at our frame of reference. A frame of reference is really the documentation of all what God has done in our lives before and the challenges we face and our testimony. So let's go. A believer who 25 plus years ago made a decision that changed my life, strengthened my faith, which led to a closer walk with God. On this channel, I encourage women to be more proactive in their lives. If you are visiting for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a returning visitor or subscriber, welcome also. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification button so YouTube will let you know when a new video is uploaded. And also share the video with your friend, your mother, your sister, your cousin in the workplace. It will be greatly appreciated. Guys, we're on the third tool in our toolkit as part of the series, taking a closer look at the foundational tools. And today we will be looking at our frame of reference. You see, this is so much needed in our journey. It is so much needed in our preparation because, guys, as you know, or if you didn't know, you will soon find out, there will always be obstacles. There will always be doubts. There will always be fear. But if you have your frame of reference, that you could go back to. In the early stages, you might have to keep checking it to remind yourself. And after a while, it will become part of you. It will be on your heart. And you will right away remember, okay, this situation happened, but look how God worked it out. You see, in our early walk, we have the Bible as our frame of reference. Not only God's words and promises, but we have scriptures or incidents where God worked in the Bible. Look at it, the woman with the issue of blood. Imagine they didn't even name her. She don't have a name. If we look at that closely, this is telling us how believing in God works. Because she had that problem for over 12 years and she just decided that she's going to reach out to God. She didn't ask her audience with him. She didn't try to see his face. All what she believed is that if she touched the hem of his garment, she would be made whole. And guys, when she touched God's garment, he felt it. He didn't see her, but he knew right away because he asked his disciples who touched him, because their touch was such an impact because of her belief level. So we have that. We know about Moses. We know the Israelites, how he helped them. All of these things. But after a while, we need our own frame of reference. That was then. And then in cases we could argue because of X, Y, and Z, why it happened for them. But when you have a personal testimony or a personal story that you could remember the hour, the day, what you were wearing, the weather, everything about that situation, you then know for certain God works. And what you would realize as you start sitting down and start going back into your life, I will advise you to start from your earliest memory. When you were at school, say for instance, if you had a hard time learning a particular subject, that teacher that helped you, is God placed that love in that teacher's heart to help you. And you start looking at your early days at high school or college, your first job, as you got married or you had kids situation, your health. And as you start documenting, they might have some things that you can't even remember suddenly will come to memory. And then they have some situations that you might have dismissed. Oh, it's just luck or at the right place at the right time. Then as you start looking at it, that person that was kind to me, he or she usually is not that kind. He or she usually give everyone else a hard time. So it's God had to talk to him or her that they were able to help you. And that is what you need to do. As you start writing it down, you have your tests and you have your testimony. You have your tests and you have your testimony. Guys, it's not only for you. It is for your kids. It's for your brother and sister. It would be for anyone else who might be struggling with their belief and their faith. Because as you document it, it becomes part of your speech. It becomes part of the way you think. It becomes part of the way how you deal with situations because you have that reference. You will be able to say to someone, God will work it out. And I know he would work it out because of X, Y, and Z. You might not, based on the relationship with the person, might not go into details, but you will have that conviction and they will know the conviction by the way you speak it. It would come out in your whole body language when you say God will work it out. They would know that it's not just because of something you heard at Bible class or something you heard at church. It comes from someone who really knows what they are talking about. Also, remember, as you share your testimony, as you share your struggles and how God helped you over, you are strengthening your kids or anyone else around you. It's like, for instance, my daughter. She knows all the ways God works. She knows every time there's a struggle and how you come through for it. So her belief in God, she has no excuse, really and truly. Not only there's the teaching, but she knows someone personally who could testify about what God has done. It's not what she heard on television. And that will happen to the people around you, especially the younger folks who might get this distraught about church and do not believe in it. The people who comes in contact with you will say, you know what? It is possible for me because of her. I know her. We work the same place, or we come from a similar background, or we live in the same zip code. It is not someone out there. It's someone that they know close. And guys, your frame of reference is very, very important. That is your backup plan. That is when things go crazy, you could sit down and start checking off. And as you look, all the situations we face, it is similar. It might come in new clothing, but it's either it testing our trust, it testing our belief, it testing our strength, it testing our finances. They're all similar. So our frame of reference will help us with that. Guys, I hope and pray that you are taking this, that you're trying to work and apply it into your life. Because I could assure you, it does work. That will be the difference between you being in bed for 2 weeks with a headache and sick, and who knows, got to call out from work, you can't help your kids or anything like that, as against, who knows, being in bed for 1 hour or 2 hours. Situation wouldn't be overwhelming. It won't hold you down because you would remember that it happened before and he will do it again for you. And in the future, providing you breathing and you continue trusting him, he will be there. So guys, I would see you tomorrow. And we will be looking at getting our notebooks or our journal together, because in this bold walk, God will be giving you inspiration. And I don't know about you, but me, I forget stuff. But writing it down will help you to remember. So have a fantastic day, and I would see you tomorrow. And don't forget to share the video. Subscribe also, but share the video. You take care. Bye.